Hello everyone and welcome to my Unreal Engine 4 tutorial series on how to make an inventory system. Last time we left off with making this toggling inventory. So if I press tab, you can toggle this inventory UI on and off, and you can see it is spawning just center of the screen. But we don't want that. We want to spawn this inventory UI on the right side of this HUD. So today we're gonna make this, but first let's do certain things. So open your inventory slot, this one, and let's bind these two things. So the inventory item image, so we want to bind this event. So how are you gonna do that? So just click on this inventory image icon, and on your brush, if you click on this, you're gonna see a create binding. I have just created one binding. So if you click on that binding, you're gonna find something like this. So how are you gonna do that? So just grab this slot structure and get the slot structure and right click on this pin to split this. Again, you can see this two structure, one is quantity and one is a structure. If you click on this structure, you can also split out again. So after splitting out twice, you can see something like this. So grab this icon node and make texture from this. So make a texture, make brush from texture, sorry. So make a brush from texture and attach it to here and hit compile and save. We did that. On the quantity part, same thing, just click on this text and create a binding. In this binding, just grab this slot structure and right click to split out, and we need this quantity. So whatever the quantity will be, get here. So if your slot have quantity of size 4, then yours it would be listed in here. But let's say your slot is empty, then you don't want to print 0, right? You just want to print empty. So how are you gonna do that? We first gonna check if it's greater than 0 or not. Yes, if it's 0, then we're gonna select, and the return value would go to in here, the return value, right? So if it's true, if the quantity is greater than 0, then the true part will go to this quantity. If it falls, then we just leave it blank. It won't gonna print anything, something like this. So we have done this two part. Hit save and close that up and open your inventory component. So you can see on the previous episode we have created this function called toggle inventory for toggling on and off. And what we are going to do is, rather than adding this to viewport, we're gonna add it to our HUD canvas as a child, and we're gonna reposition it so we could say it on the right side. So how are you gonna do that? Just make this one a little bit right side, and you can see I have made this player controller by getting this player controller, and the input would be UI only. But if you are using a different player controller than the default one, then you have to cast it to your player controller, otherwise you might face error. So let's just delete this add to viewport, and rather than cast it to whatever the HUD you are on, so cast it, I am casting it to my third person character. The reason why I am casting it to third person character is because if you open my third person character, on the last episode we have done this HUD. So we have on begin play, we have created a HUD widget and we have added it to viewport. So my HUD is placed on my third person character. If your HUD is on player controller or say game mode, then you have to cast that one. But my HUD is on the third person character, that's why I am casting my third person character. So just get a player character, and from that third person character get HUD. So get HUD, the HUD is this one, the widget, so it is casted already. And from that, add child to canvas, search for add child to canvas, not from this, grab the node from this inventory UI and add child to canvas. Why I can't add it to here? Make sure the HUD is sorry, from the HUD get the canvas. Yep, the HUD, and from that HUD get that canvas, and from that canvas add child to canvas, right, and attach it to here. And the content we want to add as a child is a inventory UI, so this one. So hit compile and save. And if you can't find this canvas is because you haven't done that in your HUD. So on your HUD we have made this canvas is a variable, so if it's not variable then you can't find that canvas in here. So make sure this HUD is variable. I'm just gonna close this up, and also this. So after adding this child to canvas, what I want to do is I want to auto size it. So set auto size and make this to true. So we have done the auto size part. Make a room little bit. After auto size, what I want to do, I want to position it. So set alignment. Yep, and the alignment would be 0.5 comma 0.5 so that it would be center. So set the alignment to 0.5 comma 0.5 and hit compile. So and the target would be the obviously the child of this canvas. So hit compile and save, and now if you hit play it will look a bit odd, but you can see it is spawn up here 0.5 comma 0.5 of left, but we want to spawn it to here. So the anchor point should be right middle, not top left, the right bit. So how are you gonna do that? So from this set anchor, target would be your child canvas. So the child canvas return value would be a target, and from the anchors you can also make an anchors, and if you just right click on this you can split this screen. So the anchor X point would be let's say X from right side. So the left to right axis is the point, so I want to make it to 0.5, and the y-axis would be 0.1, so it might face the right side of it. The maximum of it is the greater size, so I want to set it to 1,1, so it face the middle side of it. So let's hit play and let's say, so it is facing the right side, but it is quite big and not as much as possible. So play around with this. So 0.5 is a big, 0.7, I think 0.7 would work fine. Yes, 0.7 is exactly this supposed to be. Yep, it is. You can play around these values and whatever it suits to you. So I think this is the what we are looking for. So we have done this part. After this we want to do certain things. First is we need a macro, but before that open your item structure, and in your item structure make a new variable, and I'm gonna call it maximum stack size, and this would be a integer. What is this maximum stack size? So this is the size whatever your stack is supposed to be. So let's say my stack size is 3, so one slots can carry only 3 slots for this item. So let's say your herb can carry only 3 on a slots, then the stack size of your herb would be 3, right? We can add many more variables inside this whenever it's necessary. For now just close this up, hit compile, save. So we have done this part. Okay, we have need one macro called has a partial stack. Hit compile and save. So whatever this macro do is, so it will check if our inventory have a partial stack. Let's say your herb required 3 herbs in a slot to complete one stack. So let's say you have two herbs in one slots and maximum size is 3. So if you pick up a new herb, then it will gonna go to the current slot, the partial stock. But if your stack is let's say 3, then it is full, then it will gonna create a new stack and the next herb would be go to your next slot. So this is what we're gonna make. Before that we need certain functions. First is add to inventory. Second function we need is create a stack, and the third function we need is add to stack. So we have created three functions and one macro. So whenever we call the function add to inventory, first is it will gonna check if we have a partial stack or not. If we do have a partial stack, then it will gonna add to that stack the item, and if we don't have the partial stack, then it will gonna create a new stack and add this item to a new stack. So the item would be added to a new slot if we don't have a partial stack, but if we do have a partial stack, then the item would be added to a empty, I mean the partial slot. So this is what we're gonna do in the next lecture. So we have created all these things. So let's first call that function inside here. So just I'm gonna save it and open your item, master item object. So the master item object, and inside here, after inspecting your item, the interact inspect widget. So after inspecting, what we're gonna do, hit branch and get this item structure and just split up. And if it's stack, if it can be added, so if it can be added to your inventory, then what we want to do, we want to add this to inventory. So how do you gonna do that? So from this player, if you have followed the previous lecture, you might find this player. So grab a node from this player and get component by class. Get component by class, the first one, component by class, not components. And the component we want is the inventory component. So the inventory component, it compile. If you don't know where this inventory component come from, it come from the custom component we have just made, and we have added this to our third person. After that, we can call add to inventory function we have just created. So add to our inventory functions, and after adding an inventory function, what we want to do, we want to hit a branch, and after that we want to destroy the actor, right? So if our item is added to our inventory is true, so on the inventory function, add a return value of your output called success. So if our item is added to our inventory is true, then what we want to destroy this actor, otherwise we don't want to destroy this, right? And if our item cannot be added to our inventory, then we want to check, hit branch, and what do we want to check? If our item is pickup beneficial. So whenever we interact, let's say it's a pouch, and what it's gonna do, it will gonna do certain thing like add 2 more slots. So if it's pickup beneficial, so grab a node from it, and if it's true, then what we want to do, we want to call a function called pickup beneficial, and after that we want to destroy the actor. So how do you gonna do that? So create a function in your master object, and I'm gonna call it pickup benefit. Hit compile and save, and the pickup benefits has a return value, and I'm gonna just call it a success. this would be a success, by the way. So from this, just grab and click on this success, not on the master object default value, the success would be the false, right? So on your event graph, grab a node from your to part and get the pickup benefits function we have just made, this one, and hit a branch. So if this is success is true, then also we want to destroy the, so let's say we have interact with the pouch. So first we're gonna inspect it. After that we're gonna check if our pouch is added to our inventory or not. So it's a pouch, and what it's gonna do, it will gonna add 2 more slots. So it's don't want to add it to your inventory, right? So it will go to here, the false branch. Then we want to check if our pouch is beneficial or not. So yes, our pouch is pickup beneficial, so it will gonna go to a true part. And then we're gonna call this pickup function. So the benefits would be our pouch will gonna add 2 slots in it. So this will gonna go to here and the pickup function, and after that if the pickup benefits is true, then we're gonna destroy that. But if you open this pickup benefits function, you find this one, this is empty. So what you gonna do is close these 2 things and open your pouch. So this chest is our pouch, let's say that. So on your item structure you can find this, the item name. So the item name is a pouch, and what we'll gonna do, it will gonna add 2 slots to inventory, right? So the pouch can be added. No, it cannot be added to your inventory, so it will be false. The icon, we don't want to add this to inventory, so this all things doesn't matter. The thing that matter is this, is pickup beneficial. So yes, the pouch is pickup beneficial, right? So it is true, and the item class would be your chest, the pouch. The item class would be this one, the chest icon, right? If you open this one, you can open this whole child blueprint. So if you click on this override function, right side of it, you can find the function called pickup benefits we have just created. So where was that? This one, the pickup benefits, this one. So we have created this on our master object, and we can override that function, so do whatever we want. So if we click on, if we interact with our pouch, then what we want to do, we want to add 2 more slots. So cast to your third person character, where was it, this one, and get the player character as a reference. So get player character and get inventory. So get inventory component, and what we want to do, we want to get the slots. So get number of slots, and we want to add this to by 2. So add this one to 2. So whatever our number of slot has, this will be added towards 2, and we want to set the number of slots to the updated version and attach this set to your this one. And yeah, after attaching this, we want to return to success. So if you now open that up, the master object, and the chest is our class, the child blueprint. So whatever our master blueprint has, this all will be called to our child. But if you override a function, then this will won't gonna call this empty function. Rather than this will gonna call the overrided function we have just created. So whenever we pick up, if it's pickup beneficial, then it will gonna call this function pickup beneficial, but not in your master object, but the child overrided function, the pickup benefits function we have just overrided by clicking on this. So what this function gonna do, it will gonna add 2 more slots to your inventory and hit the success. Right now we have saved this, and let's test this out. So hit tab, you can see we have 8 slots. If you pick up this one, then it will gonna inspect it. If you close it, it is destroyed, and if you tab it, you can see we have added 2 more slots inside here. So this is what pickup beneficial do. So this is all for it now. On the next episode, we're gonna learn how to make our items. So whatever the items which can be added to our inventory will be added to our inventory, and after that we're gonna learn the actions part, the inventory. If you click on the slots, you can do certain things with it, like examine or combine it. So from on the next episode, we're gonna learn how do gonna add a certain items in your inventory. So this is all for it now. Thank you so much guys for watching, and bye bye.